Hello everybody, Navy vet at the range, and this is my Yugoslavian m59. These are not as common as the 5966. This is a very nice weapon. It has been, I would guess you'd say, force matched. The stock number and the receiver, about the only thing that match. Everything else has been etched. When I got it, it was caked in cosmoline, and it took quite a while to clean that all out. And we're going to shoot it at 50 yards today. Hopefully my brass doesn't rain on you, because if it does, I'll set up the... I'm hoping it goes forward. Alright, I'm going to do 5 rounds just to see where we're shooting. I do have my SKS sight tool with me. And as long as I don't push the bolt release, we'll be okay. Alright. Just get an idea where we're shooting today. I'm going to aim at the 6 o'clock position on my target. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the bolt stays open, so everything's functioning correctly. And looks like all of my shells cases went forward. Don't want to hit the guy there next to me. So check, see where we were hitting. At 50 yards should be high, and I am. Looks like windage is not too bad. Get this thing set. There we go. So, a little to the left and really high, which doesn't surprise me. So on an SKS, your windage and elevation are done. Some of your elevation is done on the front, and your windage is done on the front. Now, since I'm shooting to the left, I need to move the front sight to the right. Interesting how it works. Just move it a little bit, and then I want to bring my elevation up, or I mean my sight, front sight up, which will bring my elevation down. I don't know, I'm just guessing. So try it again. Another 5 shots. Thing smells really strong of mineral spirits and oil. I've had the Yugos before. I've had the 5966, and the stocks are really really nice on these. They're unique. This stock is unique to this rifle as far as the type of wood it uses. I don't really know what kind of wood it is. But you can always tell it. You can tell a Yugo from a mile away just by looking at the stock. Trigger, I like the trigger on this. You can feel the break on it. Is one of those over there? I heard something hit somewhere.
It bounced off the top of your ammo can and rolled down over here.
Oh, okay. They're going over that way? Okay, good. Because if they interfere with you, I will put that up.
I'm just trying to zero this thing real quick, and then I'm going to go down to some pistols. In fact, since you're into surplus guns.
The guy next to me is a big fan of military surplus. And I'm still shooting left and high. What do you got? Oh,
Walther PP.
Walther?
1941. It's got the walking stamps on it. It's beat up, it's pitted, but it's
What's your name?
My name's Camden.
Camden here's got something to show us. He's got a Walther PP.
Yep, this is a July 1944 production. It's Waffen marked on the left side.
Waffen marked. Where'd you get that from?
I got it off a buddy. He found it at a gun show up in Auburn.
Cool.
Yeah, I ended up buying it off him for like $500. It's a 32 ACP. It's a great shooting little gun. It's beat up on the outside. It's not in the greatest shape, but it's a good shooter.
You check out my channel, you'll see I got a whole bunch of 32s I shoot.
Yeah.
I got a Wallem 48, which is a copy of the Walther. And when I look at that, it reminds me a lot of my Wallem, which was made for Egypt. And by, I think it was FN.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly who right off the top of my head. That's pretty cool. I like that.
It's a great shooting.
It's got the dirty birds. Can I touch it?
Yeah, no problem.
Where's the dirty bird?
So you got one right there.
Oh, yeah.
One right there in the frame.
Yep.
Yep. It's a later production, and they started cutting the corners on some of the production. The quality of the grips, the kind of cuttings they were doing, some of the final machining work across the top of the slide. All
very awesome.
This is when Germany started producing more rather than high quality, and some corners as far as manufacturing. But it's all there. The only marking on this that got messed up from the pitting on the outside is one of the actual Walther proof stamps on the side of the slide right there. It got covered up.
Yeah.
The one on the breech and the one on the muzzle's still there. It's all matching. It's all here. So.
Very cool.
That's a blast to shoot. You're more than welcome to. I brought plenty of ammo.
That's fine.
Sure?
Yeah, I got to deal with this and then those two, and then I have an appointment later. Thank you for showing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Now you will be on YouTube.
Absolutely. Yeah,
just to let you know. That's why I like coming to the range. There's a lot of like-minded people here. And this has to come way up, bring my elevation down. I hope I got enough to do that without actually unscrewing it out of the gun. So maybe I'm going the wrong way. So if I push that way, that brings the barrel this way. So I'm doing it right. But
1 minute to cease fire. 1 minute.
all right, we got a minute to cease fire. So I'm just going to pause the camera.
On a Mark 18 motto, it kind of combines both Navy and Army style Mark 18s, as well as Block 1s and Block 2s. But essentially, the entire upper receiver minus the rear sight is essentially a Block 1 upper receiver. It's got a period correct laser, light, upper receiver, optic, all that stuff. There's a couple of fancy.
All back to no range shooter. Ready on the line.
It's a great shooting gun.
Now go forward.
It's gassed really well.
So explain that. What is that?
So this thing?
Yes.
This is an Aimpoint Comp M2. This is your battery tube. You unscrew this and a little battery flaps up the front. This is your adjustment knob for brightness. Then you have elevation and windage adjustments on the side. This is one of the early style QPR1 mounts for this. It's similar to like a Wilcox, except for this big knob that's on the side.
And all of this is parts from surplus firearm. And
I would say about 40% of it is. This is a brand new defense barrel. It's the same kind of barrel that you use Block 2 Mark 8, old hammer forged, chrome lined, all that. But it was for the USB, Knight's armament, handguard with the rail pound cover, Tango down grip. It's got a pure fire suppressor, which is a little warm still.
Yeah, it is.
And it's mounted to a closed tine.
Oh wow, it just slips on.
Yeah, this lock. You take that. You have a little notch in the back there.
Right.
You have an indexing tab on the bottom.
And that's a $200 tax stamp.
Yep, on top of the base price of the suppressor, which is just certified cans.
Yeah, did you get that at Ranger?
No, actually, I have Wes, who's a fire dealer, and he cut me into one of these cans. And I just had to do it through it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like I said, there's various government contract parts in here that I've come across, like being one of them. It's even, take this off, it's even got engraving marks on the side from when it was in service.
Yeah.
Over at Crane Naval Base. I know a guy who works there on this, and he found these at a flea market about 15 minutes outside of base and was like, hey, they're selling 8 of these for like $200 a piece.
No kidding.
And I was like, buy these up immediately.
Get me one.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And where's the, where do you operate all of this from? Is there a switch or a button?
Back over here, this controls white light. So
Okay.
I push this front button, it pops that on.
All right.
And then this switch, I can switch between all the different functions of the PEC 2.
Sure.
And then press that rear button, it'll fire that off for me for my night vision.
Cool. That's 556. No.
556.
556.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, rear sight's a Marine Corps Mark 1, very early style engraving on it. This is an actual contract B5 stop mod stock on here, guys the trigger. But it looks old on the outside because of how I painted it, and
Right.
I bought a bunch of used beat up parts to kind of give it
Right.
an old look to it, but
Very cool.
internally it's a brand new gun. So
Thank you for showing me.
Yeah, no problem.
You're getting a bonus today. I'm gonna move the camera. Looks like I'm not all in the shot there. All right. So I did some adjustment to the front sight again, and try it again. I like to hold my finger on the bolt. I've been bit too many times. Can always accidentally push that bolt release, and it'll get you. All right. So I have the front light up quite a bit now. All right. And I don't understand why I'm still going left. Because I'm pushing the front sight the wrong way. That's why. I got things a little confused here. I'm going the wrong way. So, bring that up. Boy, did I go the wrong way. Okay. Now then, try it again. Let's see what my elevation is. I just need to come up a little bit more. I think I exaggerated the windage a little bit too much. But can't imagine it shooting that far off. But this will give me an idea anyway. I should be shooting right now. I needed to go right, and I was moving the front sight to the right, which actually moves it more to the left. I had it really confused. So now I've exaggerated the movement to the left, so we'll see where it hits to the right. All right. Oh yeah. Yep. That's what I wanted to see. I got a nice little group to the right. Now I just move left. Get this just right, or it won't go. Alright, let's see what happens there. It's kind of a guessing game, really, as far as I know. I don't know if there's any science to this or not. Moving that front sight to get your windage. The other thing is I use exactly the same make and weight of bullets for this, so that I can eliminate some of the variables. I bought about 500 of these tool ammo. Yep. There we go. Now, most of those, they're in the black, they're inside the outer ring of my target, and they're still just a tad bit high. So it appears that my windage is good now. I'm just going to give this another little bit of a turn. And see how it does. That last group, previous to this one, is really tight.
1 minute to ceasefire.
I can go down range and see how it. Okay, we got a problem. No, we don't. Looked like we had a problem. All right, so we'll have 10 in the. All right, shots were a little hurried because I wanted to get it in before the break. So I'll show you my tool here. This is my SKS tool. This part right here adjusts windage, and that part right there does the elevation. And we'll get downrange here in a minute.
Ceasefire.
Okay, going downrange. Nice day. And so there's my first shots. And you can see I was working on the elevation, and then I realized my windage was wrong. So I overcorrected. That was the overcorrection. And then I moved it, and there's where they are at the moment. So I need to bring my elevation down up a little bit more to bring my elevation down. When I say elevation up, I mean the front sight, and maybe the windage a tad more to the left. So I'm going to set up some more targets. Okay, got new targets up there. First thing I want to do, I just need to bring that elevation down just a little bit more. Looks like our windage is good. It might help to close the magazine too, right? Alright. Take time with my shots this time. Function of this thing is amazing. I have several SKSs and I like them all. Some of them shoot good, some of them don't. And I think a lot of it has to do with bore condition and other factors. The Yugos, I believe, by far one of the better looking firearms as far as finish goes. Of all the ones I've seen, I've not seen any that are beat up like the Chinese guns are. Now I have seen some with trench art on them, but these, I don't know how long the SKS were in service with Yugoslavia, but I'm guessing from around 1959 on until the country dissolved. The m59 again is not more as common as the 5966, which has the grenade launcher muzzle brake and the grenade sights on it. I did have one of those, and it was fun to shoot, but it was a real pain in the arse to clean, and I traded it. I don't remember what I did with it, but it's been gone for a while now. These surplus firearms are really coming up in price, and sometimes it's worth the investment if you want to get into collectibles, because I do believe the prices are going to be up. They're almost out of reach for most people now. I did want to quit blabbering and see where I'm hitting, and I am very happy with that group. The SKSs are not target rifles, really. However, they are fun to shoot. The only problem is ammo prices are getting crazy. And if you can get ammo in bulk, that's the way to go. I did. I bought all this in bulk. And it's around, I think it's going to be around for a while. It's in use by a lot of the comm block countries. And the magazine, as most of y'all know, holds 10 rounds. And so I'm going to load a full magazine now. And I think that's it. I didn't count them, but that's it. Alright. And let's see what we do. Now I shoot at the 6 o'clock position, which is at the very bottom of the outer ring. So I'm shooting 2 inches high, I would guess, from my point of aim. This particular rifle is, the lowest setting is 100 meters, I'm guessing. I counted 10, didn't I? Thought I did. Anyway, that's the last one. And I got a very acceptable group for an SKS. I think of all of my SKSs, this one shoots the best. I do like the blade bayonets on these rather than the spikers. I believe that is a feature on all the Yugoslavian SKSs, is they do use the blade bayonet. So did the Russians, so did the Romanians. I believe the Albanians also use the blade bayonet, but don't quote me on that. And just has a really cool look to it. It's a relatively light firearm. I mean, I'm guessing 12 pounds maybe. I don't know. It's not too hard to take apart and clean like its big brother, the 59, 56. That all that extra garbage on the front end of it, I think, is kind of a pain in the arse to clean. So anyway, at the break, I will take you down range and show you the results. Now, this thing's zeroed in, and I'm very happy with it. I always have been, but, you know, I don't get these out very much. I don't think I've done a video on this one yet, because I just recently cleaned it up. So, all right, we'll go down range here at the break and take a look at it. All right, the brake is on. Show you how the M59 SKS is doing. I am very happy with that. For an SKS, that's an incredibly good group. I think that shoots better than my other ones do. I'd have to go back through my videos and see. Alright. Talk to you later.